Hey yo, sports fans, Bob from Bob's Tabletop Sports here with a special presentation today. We're going to be looking at home court bowling, and we're going to look at it as something that we're using at the end of a tournament, actually, that's going on. This is the third tournament I've ran with this now. And I think this is one of the strengths of this bowling game versus some others that are on the market. Now, I've played a few games. I played In the Pocket Bowling, which was making the rounds for a little bit. Somebody had download files for it around for a bit, and then they've gotten removed since. So I don't know if they were really legally supposed to be out there in the first place. And then also there's the play version, the Bolorama, which is pretty good. And then home court bowling I've seen touted quite a bit, and a lot of people say that it's pretty good, and I wanted to check it out, and it turns out it is pretty good. So what makes it so good? Well, I think the biggest strength with this, and this is something that the play games offering does a little bit, where you can abstract a single match. With this one, you can abstract a full like 18 round qualifier in a tournament very quickly with one die, but two die rolls for each player, and then you can do match play after that. And so basically what I did here is I created a spreadsheet that I can use for this, and this uses some fairly advanced functions in here. This is a pretty advanced little thing, but you don't have to make anything this advanced to do yours. This is one that I probably couldn't share because I'm using some actual functions that are part of a preview. So this is an insider's version of Excel, so it has a little bit extra in it as far as functionality that other people don't have right now, at least the current people. So let's take a look at this a little bit here. So we have this we have I brought in the images for these players here. So these are the two players that will be playing in this first round here. But let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to, I have a screen here for a tournament overview. Right now this 1 to 5 isn't correct. It's not coming in correctly, but everybody else here is pretty much set. So you can see the standard format for bowling is they usually bowl an 18 game qualifier, where they just bowl 18 games, add up the pins, and then the top 24 move on to the next round. So in essence, making the cut. Okay. So these are the bowlers that did make the cut. There were 60 in this season for 1979. Okay. And as we can see here, some of these didn't update properly. So we're still making some changes to the spreadsheet to make it work properly. But anyways, so this is the Ford Open, which is the third event. Again, this is from Mays South Shore Bowl, Alameda, California. So the top 24, so basically what I did here, so tournament qualifying, this is what I used here. I did this is die roll 1, die roll 2 for every single player, using the QPR rating for every bowler. And the QPR is on each of the cards. As we saw a card here before, you can see this qualifying rating. This is what they're going to use for that, right? So we have that. You're basically going to roll those to on a chart, and that chart looks, it's one of these charts here basically. So you're making a few rolls on different charts here, and these are charts that come with the game, so I'm not going to really go through them, but essentially it's one where you're going to make a couple rolls on it, and then you're going to cross-reference based on rating, and then get a score. Okay, so you can see here what this all added up to. Okay, so kind of gives you the base amount that they get, and then the base score for 18, and then you're going to add some kind of modifier based on those two rolls. Could be plus or minus to the score, and then there's also a tournament adjustment that's made for the given tournament that you're in as well. Okay, so here it's 13 pins per game. This is a little bit tougher lanes. The oil pattern that they use or whatever is going to be more difficult. Okay. After that, we do match play rounds where basically they do a 23 game round robin where everybody plays everybody one game. That's how it goes through here. So I created on the spreadsheet. You can see here. We have all of these here, and this here is what I've been copying and pasting to make this die rolling a little bit easier. I just copy and paste this. This is just randomized, and every time I copy and paste it, I get new values. So I go in here, paste it, and bam, I got new values. So it's really updating all the time. So yeah, that's how that works. Okay. So basically I'm doing that, going through each round and then seeing things update. I can see where the current rank is at any given time, what the plus or minus the cut to the current cut line is for the ladder at the end, which is the top five bowlers. Okay. So they go through all of those, and then I figure out who's ranked where, and then they are matched up in the last round, the top 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. These numbers here, though, correspond to their qualifying ranks, so that's why it's a little bit confusing, but they came in 1, 2, 3, 4. As their current rank, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Interestingly enough, this tournament was so close. The difference between the cut line and the bottom, like, till number 10, when they came into this last game was like about 30 pins for everybody. So it was crazy close. Of the 3 tournaments I played, none of them have been this close where the cut line was that close and where there was a lot of movement. And so it made for a very exciting last round because you can see here Earl Anthony here, he was all the way in like 10th place and he managed to make the cut. And he's a good bowler, right? He's one of the top bowlers that year, but he had a lot of competition there. Dave Frame was doing very well. Um, Tommy Hudson probably should have been there. Some of these other bowlers, but that's how it went. It was a really good round there. So what we're gonna do, and if people are interested in seeing more of these, leave a comment or something, and I'll do more of these specific tournaments. Basically, just playing the actual ladder finals. So the ladder finals themselves, and I'm going to give you an idea how this plays out. We're going to roll. So let me back up here. So that match play rating, this is what was used here to get these match play rounds scored. And so you're making, again, 2 dice rolls. If you roll a 7 and a 2, or a 7 and a 12, you get to roll a third time with 3d6 and get a score, like a red, white, and blue type score, like 1, 2, and 3. They're in order, essentially. And that will allow you to get things like 300 games or really high games, essentially, that are higher than normal. It's basically you bowled really well in this game, and this is what you get. No 300 games on this one. I had one 300 game during match play in the previous 2 tournaments, 1 each in each one. But none in this one. This one did not have a single 300 game, although there were some outstanding games in here. And I could probably see a few examples in them somewhere. Of course, when I go look for them, I don't see them, right? Here's an example one right here. So this one actually, this one really was weird because it was, yeah, that one was really low for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Oh, they should have had one for that one. That's why. So we didn't need one for that one. Yeah. No, I can't find them. Oh, here's one. So here's one where we had a high game. So 7 and 2, and you can see here 287. So again, these are rolled on one chart, and each single game can be used with that match play rating. Okay. So now, so those are the 2 modes, two of the modes of play, right, in this game, and I think that's what makes it a little bit stronger than Plays Offering, which Plays Offering is really good. I've been playing it for years. The real cool thing about play that other games don't have is the dexterity element. You can play the game with a dexterity element to it, where you're trying to get the die into a certain area, a triangle, essentially, and that will affect how the roll is. This doesn't have any of that. This is just basically roll and you get your score and that's it. So, but what I do like about this is you can very quickly get through the um, tournament part of it to get to the TV finals very quickly. This whole process takes me about 2 hours to get through. When I go through it, I usually roll all of the individual games for the tournament qualifying, which takes about 10 minutes. Match play, I go through each individual round, do some corrections, look at things, make sure everything's going okay. So it usually takes a little bit longer to do. But then, yeah, then and I do automate this a little bit more than I did the tournament qualifying, but that's what it is. So, anyways, here's our top five. We have Earl Anthony. He's gonna face Tom Baker, and then the winner of that's gonna face off with George Pappas. The winner of that will face off with Butch Soper. And then the winner of that will finish off with Mark Roth. Mark Roth just absolutely killed it in the match play rounds, which is crazy. It's just really good. He was pretty far down. I think he was down like 10th or something like that, 11th, and he managed to get right up to the top pretty quickly. Earl Anthony was kind of in the similar spot. He started out really low after qualifying. He just barely made the cut, and in fact, all the way up to the 23rd round, he was still all the way in 10th place. But then he still managed to make the TV cut. So, anyways, for how the actual game plays. Now, this is for an individual game, so this is the third mode of play for home court bowling. And really, all you have to do here is you're going to make a three six-sided die roll. So we roll our dice here, and we're going to take this number 1, 1, 2. We're going to read them in order, and we're going to compare it to this chart here. Okay. If it falls in this range here, it's a strike. We don't have to do anything else. We're done. Okay. Falls in this range here, we get a 9, and then you can use facts for a 9. I don't personally use them, but the facts, there are fact cards that come with the game. And you can flip a fact card. It will tell you what pin is left and then give you adjustment, but the adjustment is so minimal that it doesn't really matter. So I just roll the second die. This 1 pin range basically is to pick up that 9 pin spare. That's it. Okay. The split and a multiple pin, these are different. So these you do have to draw a fact card with when they happen. So if a split happens, you're going to draw a fact card on that fact card. And I don't have the fact cards here on the screen here for you to see, but I do have them on my phone. There is actually, when you buy the game, they send you a link to the automated fact card that you can use as well, which is really nice. It was kind of cool, and it's on this lewisresearch.com site where there's tons of facts for all automated facts for all sorts of games. And there's included, and so basically what the fact card has on it's going to have 2 rolls on it, so you can use those for die rolls if you wanted to. It's going to have the 9 leftover pin. It'll say what pins left, and then what the adjustment to the next roll is, which again I don't use because it's mostly like -1 or +1 or 0. Split 7, or split will tell you how many pins are left, so like 7. Tell you what pins are left, what the adjustment is to the roll. Actually, adjustment to the rating, not to the roll. We'll go through that in a second, and then we'll give you a second roll. If you miss that roll, then what do you get? What's left over? So in this example, if I miss that 7 pin split, which is a 4, 7, 10 split, I'd only get one of the pins. Okay. And then there's the multi-pin. So in this example, 8 pins were knocked down, 3 and 6 were left over. A plus 23 would be the adjustment and to the rating, to the multi-pin rating, and then 1 pin if you missed. Okay, so what this is here, so like with the split rating, we have 39, right? There is a chart, it's called the 216 chart, which comes with the game. Again, I don't have this to show you, but basically what it is you figure out what that rating is. So 39 for a split. If I had a split, you would then take the modifier off the fact card. So like that one's -18. So you're going to take 39 minus 18, and it's going to be 21. We're going to find 21 on the chart, where it's going to say that I need a 143 or less. So I have to re-roll this, And 143 or less, I didn't get it, so I would only get the 1 pin. Multi-pins are going to be a little bit easier. So you got that 176. Again, that fat card I got said plus 23, right? So we're going to add 23 to that, so it's 199. I look up 199 and here it says I need a 641 or less. I have a 535 that makes it easily. I pick up the 2 pins and then pick up the spare. Okay, so that's how that works. And so that's when we go to those kind of rolls, that's what's going on behind the scenes when I'm doing that. So we'll start. Earl Anthony will get the honors as he is the 5th place bowler. He will get to bowl first. So let us get started here. So he is going to roll 642. Not a good start here. He gets a multi-pin situation. So we're going to figure out what the multi-pin. He gets a 7. It's a +1 on his roll. I'm going to make that second roll. And usually I don't look things up unless I'm pretty sure that there might be close. And this one, I know this is a 173 actually, so he's good because he had a +1 rating on +1 to his rating on that, so he 177. He just barely made it though, so it's going to be an 8 and a 2. And I'll be going through this quicker, so as we go through this. So, all right, so it's going to be Tom Baker now, and he's going to get to roll on both sides, both lanes here. For his turn, he gets a strike right off the bat. Bam. Okay. And for the second one, he is going to get a 416. That is also a strike. So 2 strikes for Tom Baker. We go to Earl Anthony now. Earl Anthony, 632. Wow. That is a split. Oh, this is not a good start for Earl. I expected him to do better, but it's not going well for him. 6-pin split, so +2 to a split rating. It's going to be a 41. 41 is going to be a 215 or less. Otherwise, he leaves 2 pins. And he's going to leave 2 pins, so an open frame for him. He gets a 6 and a 2. And definitely not a good start. And we get the next one. Oh, jeez. Gets a 9 there at least. That's good. And he will pick up the spare. So, open frame for Earl Anthony. Not a good start for him at all. And we'll go to Tom Baker. Tom Baker, 532. 532 going to be a 9. 616. Oh, that was close. He's going to still get it. 9s are pretty hard to miss. I've seen it happen once in actual ladder play. 645. That's going to be multi-pin. He gets a 1, leaves a 1 and 2 pin, so the head pin and the one next to it. That's going to be an 8 plus 31. He should be able to make this pretty easily. He does, and so it's going to be an 8 and a spare. All right, so Earl Anthony needs to pick it up here. Let's see what happens. Oh my, 646. Just not having a good day at all. It's going to not pay off for him today. 610 left, plus 21. Gets it. So it's an 8. And this is not how you try to. Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to be a 9. So he's just picking up spares along the way here, which is not going to do well for him to win this one. Tom Baker. I peel off the upset here. Anthony, definitely a better bowler overall. Not much better, but he is a better bowler. But Baker's taking advantage of him. 526 going to be a 9. Picks up the spare. And all right, we go to Anthony again. Wow. 9. Can't seem to get a strike at all, which is not going to be useful to him at this point. There we go. Finally got a strike. Took him until the end of the game practically. Oh, multi-pin for him. 7 pins. Ooh, minus 114 to his rating. That's not going to be fun. That's going to be 50, 40. Wow. Okay, here we go. And he missed it. Definitely missed it. So he's going to get 2 pins off of that, off of 7. So 7 and 2. So an open frame for him late. Does it open the door? I don't know. At this point, he gets a strike to make up for it, though, and that's probably a good thing for him. Anthony gets a strike, much needed, and gets another strike. All right. Still 3 pins behind, technically. 421, that is going to be barely a strike, and now he gets his 10th frame. 641, that's going to be multiple pin, plus 23, 368, and he'll make that one, so he gets the 8 and the spare, and he'll get one more ball. 516, going to be a 9, so he gets a 9 as his last ball. Gets a 192. So that leaves a little bit of room, I guess, for, let's see, 160. Yeah, he's got to get a strike here, definitely. He does. That helps. Okay. Another strike there. Can he get a last one here? Actually, he needs 2 pins. He needs 3 pins to win. He gets it. Strike. And Earl Anthony pulls out the win in the end. And we'll move on. George Pappas will be next. So we're going to just delete this card. Basically what I did is I took all the cards and I copied and pasted them as images so that I can pop them in here real easily to play my tournaments like this for you all online. But also at home too. Then I don't have to have cards all cut out all over the place. It makes it a little bit easier. Okay. So Earl Anthony be leading off again as the challenger to George Pappas. So here we go. Round number 2, 414, going to be leading off with a strike. Earl Anthony couldn't buy a strike for a while there in that last round and finally kicked it in at the end, and he's kind of carrying over some of that momentum. Actually, that other strike belongs to him. Sorry. Okay. And a strike for him. There we go. So strikes all around here. 654 ruins it, and it's going to be multiple pin. 7 pin. Ooh, 535, which we actually should look up. He makes it. And that is going to be 7 and a spare. And a strike. All right, Pappas gets another strike. It's turkey. 656, multiple pin. Plus 23, this should be makeable. He makes it, so it's going to be an 8 and a spare. Both bowlers having much better game than those last 2 games. Oh, there we go. That's going to be a 9. And he picks that up easily. And a strike. Okay, it brings up Pappas. 613. Uh-oh, that's a split. Oh, that's not a horrible split. Let's see, 36, 84, 120. So he needs a 426 to pick this up, and he does, and that will be a 8 and a spare. So it's a 310 split, pretty easily made for it by him, and then he gets a strike to kind of cap things off there. Another strike. And another strike. And 624, going to be another split. Uh-oh. Can he test his luck again? This is going to be a little bit more difficult. Alrighty. And he's going to make it. He just barely made it. It's a 5-9 split. And it's going to be an 8 and a spare. So still holding on there. And he gets a strike. All right. Anthony gets another strike. And 462 going to be a 9. And he picks that up, that spare. All righty. 563. Uh-oh, that's going to be another split. That's the 3rd split he's gotten Oh, he's not going to make this one. Only a 1-1-1. He'll make this one. He does not. Actually, well, no, wait. Nope, doesn't make it. 7-10 split. It was a little bit higher range, but he still didn't make that. So it's going to be an 8-1. Not a good time to do that, by the way. Right before the end of a round here. So he's going to get that. We'll get a strike. I'll get him 2 balls at least. Gets him another strike. And another strike. So 214 score to beat. Right now he's already got at least a 209. So yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. And that will do it right there. 209 right there. 156. Going to be another strike. And this will finish him off. Oh, 616. Going to be a split. We got to see how many pins he got on the last shot. There was an 8. So puts out a 4-9 split at the end there. All right, so 237, 214. Anthony moves up to the next round again. So Pappas is done. All right, we'll bring up Butch Soper next. All right. Butch Soper. All right, here we go. Anthony starting out again. 6-11. Not a good start there. Going to get a split right off the bat. Minus 32 on the rating, so it's almost unmakeable at this point. And it was a 4-6-7. Gets 2 of this. Yeah, so it's going to be a 7-2 open frame to start this out. Not the best way to start out a game this support. 5-12 going to be a 936 or 636. Oh yeah, he just made that. So 9 and a spare. Let's see what he gets for this one. 616. That is going to be a split. Oh no, he got the same split that Anthony got, and he won't pick it up either. So wow. Yeah, not a good start for either of them on that one. Multiple pin there. Maybe +5 on his rating. It's a 7. And oh, 561. I don't think he made that. 561, 175. He is a 1. Oh, he did make it. Okay, he's good. He makes it barely. He will get a 7 and a mark finally. All right, and a strike. Okay, Soper gets a strike as well. And that'll be another strike. Okay, Anthony. Another strike. Another strike. Good competition here. Another strike. Wow. Another strike. 661. No strike there. It's going to be multiple pin. 124. That's 7. Oh, that? I don't think he made that. 622. 188. Nope, he did not make that. So it's an open frame for Anthony and ends the streak of strikes going on between these two players. So it's going to be a 7-2 open frame. That's not good. I think that may be the end of Anthony in this tournament. So he went all the way from the last round, but I don't know if he's going to make it past this one. We'll see. Depends on if Soper makes a mistake here. He gets a strike. That is probably going to kill him at this point. 432. He gets a 9. So he ends his streak of strikes, but he ends it with a spare, which is a lot better than an open frame. 466, that's going to be a 9, which he picks up. Oops, darn it. go, and another strike. And all right, that will bring up Soper to finish this up. Oh, 636. Going to be a multi-pull pin. 3, 6, 10, 7 pins. Easily picks it up. 7 and a spare. Gets a 424, which is going to be a strike. Just barely. 614, which is going to be a split. And it's going to be a fairly makeable split. But he doesn't make it. Wow. Okay, so he gets an 8 and a 1 to finish this out, so that'll be it. So it's not like that was a real critical one to make in the end. Okay, Anthony, I don't think has a chance, but we'll play it out here. 531, that's going to be a 9. Yeah, this, 656. So this happened again. Yes, all right, so this is it. This is his round, and that is going to be it. So 182, and Anthony is done for the day. So it's the final is going to be Soper and Mark Roth. Anthony is gone. So he made it for the first 3 games. He did get a 3rd place finish. So that's not horrible. And Mark Roth, he'll get an $8,000 check for that. All right. All right, winner of this is going to get a $15,000 check from Ford. The loser of this will get a $10,000 check. And so here we go. Butch Soper versus Mark Roth. Mark Roth having not yet made a Flatters final yet this season. That's three matches in, but it's kind of unusual not to see Mark Roth in those finals. So yeah, so this will be interesting. It's kind of hoping for Earl Anthony versus Mark Roth finish, but that didn't really happen. So Butch Soper will start this one out, coming in here with a fairly low 221. It's about his average, I would say. He'll get a strike to start things off, though, and Mark Roth will be introduced. And he gets a 426, which is a strike for him. Okay, his card's a lot different. 444 is still a strike for him. And that will be bam bam. This guy's a machine. I'll tell you that. All right. And wow. Well, pressure's on Roth here to perform 563. Going to be a 9. 9 and an easy pickup. And we go to the 4th frame for him. 421 is a strike. 624. Split. Uh-oh. 6 pins, 4 left down, minus 31 to make this one, so it's not likely. Did make it. He's going to get 3 of them, so he gets a 6 and a 3 as an open frame. And that is not going to help him against a machine like Mark Roth. And he gets a strike there. All right, Mark Roth. 332 going to be another strike. And a 362 is another strike. Yeah, he's running away with this at this point. 442 going to be a 9. He'll pick up the spare. And the next one is going to be a 412. That'll be a strike. Last pin probably wobbled a little bit on that one and finally fell down. 453 going to be a 9. 631 still picks it up. Again, barely. Kind of clipped it and it kind of wobbled a bit. Uh, 521. That is going to be a 9. He'll pick that one up as well. So 2 9s in a row and a spare. Okay. This will be Butch. 621. And it's going to be a split. Uh-oh. Oh, another ugly split. It's got 7 pins, a 2, 8, 10 split, minus 30 on his rating, and he definitely does not make it. It's going to be a 7-2 open frame, and that's going to kill him at this point. There's really probably no way he can do this at this point. 531 is going to be a 9, just to further aggravate things. He does get a spare out of it, but yeah, he needed strikes there and didn't get it. 615. That's going to be a split bill for Roth, actually. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be another okay, actually, hang on a second. It did roll, that's why. Okay, we got the page or the card to flip. Actually, has got a pretty easy one. It's a 2-8, 2 and 8 pin. 551 though. Oh boy. Split rating is at 36. 188. Yeah, he makes it. So it's going to be an 8-2 or 8 spare. All right. 466 is going to be a 9. Picks that one up. And left with a strike after that for 224. All right, so he's got to get to 224. It's not going to happen. He's got a 172. The best he could get is a 202 if he strikes out here, which he won't. 656. 565 is going to be a split again. Oh, man. And he chunks that one. It's going to be a 6-3 open frame and ends the game. So that is it. 224, 177. Soper will finish in second, get a $10,000 check. Mark Roth will get a $15,000 check and keys to a new Ford as well. All right, let's take a look here at the final standings. We're going to go all the way over here. All right, here we go. So, I'm going to change this too. All right. So let's take a look at this. Here we have Mark Roth, Butch Soper, Earl Anthony, $8,000, George Pappas with $6,000, and Tom Baker with $4,000. And then everything else falls through after that. Some other notable names here: Wayne Webb with a $900 a day, and then trying to think of any other ones. Dave Sutar with a $700 a day. Just him and Ernie Schlegel just barely making the cut. And not doing well in the overall match play portion of things. And some of the notables over here, like Dick Weber, just absolutely failed to make it completely. Palmer Falgren, who won our first tournament, he was way down here. Actually, he was second. Sorry, he made second in our first tournament, but he was up there quite a bit. So yeah. Not a bad day. And who? Let's see. The winner of our last tournament was. I'll know the name if I see it. Eddie Wrestler. So Eddie Wrestler won our last tournament. He finished 9th. So that is it for this tournament. I thank everybody for checking this out, checking out this game. If you have any questions about it, I will be happy to answer them for you. If you are interested in seeing more bowling tournaments like this, please leave a comment down below and like the video just to say, hey, you know what, I want to see more of this stuff. I'll be happy to provide more of this if people are interested in seeing it. If not, you'll never see it again. So thank you very much for watching. This is Bob from Bob's Tabletop Sports. See you later.